Good morning. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Check Yourself. Good morning, Instagram. So I'm going to do this little setup a little bit differently, and as of next week, it's going to be changing. So as you jump on, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you're here. Definitely give me a hashtag Check Yourself. Do you like the jumper to match? I've had a whole lot of clothing made up with hashtag Check Yourself. So as of next week, I'm going to be running the hashtag Check Yourself in my free Facebook community, so the Bosswoman community. That's where I seem to be getting the most interaction on these videos and lots of questions coming through. So I'd really like to honor that and spend an extra 5 or 10 minutes answering questions at the end of my topic or discussion each Wednesday. So I'm going to put the link below. I'm still going to run it on live on Instagram, but I'm going to be focused on the Facebook. And then this will be posted up later. So anyway, not that you needed to know all those details, but you know what? I'm just letting you know. All right, so I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I'm just going to share this through to my group for the last time today. So remember, I'm going to share it. It'll be in my group, Facebook group next week. All right, amazing. And this week's topic I'm super excited about, which is all around acknowledgement and your lack of, which is actually really quite concerning. And if you're not aware that it could be concerning, then this hashtag Check Yourself is definitely for you. And I have done some written pieces and videos on this already this week. So just keep your eyes peeled. All right, let me just share this. And then let me know when you're here. Great, here we go. And share to my profile. Yeah. All right, amazing. We're all shared. I've got this amazing setup right here. Okay, let's talk about it. So, also as well, I just really would love to acknowledge right here, right now, each and every one of you who have been following me, especially the last couple of days. You would know that my grandma has passed over. And I just really would love to acknowledge each and every one of you. From my heart to your heart, I cannot express to you what your comments, your messages, your thoughts, all the love that has been sent my way. Honestly, it's just filled my heart, and it's also helped me. It's helped me in my day, right? It's helped me to uplift my energy, and it's really created a space for me to be able to feel like I'm held, to be able to receive. And it's just a really beautiful experience. And this is actually why I really want to talk about, hey Lisa, why I really want to talk about acknowledgement today. And where is it? So I want to give you a couple of questions that you can ask yourself, self-inquiry, self-questions. That's what this weekly segment is all about. This video series is about self-inquiry, to check in with yourself, where you're in integrity with yourself or where you're out of that. However you want to label it, whether you're in alignment, whether you're out of alignment. And a lot of the time when we're feeling internal conflict is because of what I spoke about on last week's video. If you've watched it, hearing what you're saying, right? And the ability to be able to tune in with your own self as to what feels good for you and what doesn't, what feels in alignment with you and what doesn't. And what is happening a lot of the time is we're giving out to others and we're not necessarily giving that to ourselves. So whilst it feels good when we give it out, where is it that you are not acknowledging yourself? Where is it that you're not acknowledging your feelings? Where is it that you're not acknowledging your achievements or your success or your progress? I personally prefer progress, right? Because even when you get to the end of your success or whatever it is, your goal or your mission or whatever it is that you're achieving, you're going to set another goal and you're going to strive for that. right? So it's this ever-going, evergreen, evolving process when, we're trying to get there, or we're trying to make shit happen, or we're trying to achieve something. Even when you achieve it, you're naturally just going to strive for something else, yeah? And what is happening is, and I used to be this person like so much. And sometimes, you gotta check yourself. That's exactly, hashtag check yourself. That's exactly what this is about, right? Because we are, there's a lot of us who are busy. We have a lot of things on. We're trying to do a lot of things, and we're not actually creating a lot of space. So we get focused so much on the future, and we're like, where we're going, what's happening, that we lack in acknowledging ourselves. And through this whole experience, of my grandma passing over just recently, being able to acknowledge, and there are so many people that have reached out to me to say thank you so much for what I wrote, and for the perception in which I have on that. And that only comes from experience, obviously, but there's so many people out there that are feeling the same way, that where they haven't acknowledged their feelings, where they haven't acknowledged what it is that they're going through. They haven't acknowledged what it is that they need. So for example, if I were to give you some here, and not only in a death experience, but also in many other experiences. So say, for example, you, made some progress in your business. You sign on a new client. Maybe you made a whole lot of money. Maybe you hit your 10K goal. Maybe you hit your body goal. You lost 10 kilos. Maybe you lost 1 kilo. Honestly, it's about creating the space so that you can then acknowledge what it is that, or the effort that you've put in. You can acknowledge what it is that's actually going on, how it is that you're feeling, and really just relish and embody it. I have so much to say today. I was like, how am I going to keep this in 10 minutes? But I will. So my question to you is, where are you not acknowledging yourself? Where is it that you're not acknowledging yourself? And you might find it's in one of those areas of your life. And just see what comes to mind. So I want you to take a really big deep breath. What is something that I can acknowledge in myself, about myself? Because here's the thing too. If you are unable to acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your own feelings, acknowledge anything, how are you going to be fully present and acknowledge others and the people in your life around you, right? And you might have practice in acknowledging them, but I can tell you right now, if you don't know how to acknowledge yourself, if you're not acknowledging yourself, you're only acknowledging people at a half capacity of what you potentially could. And I want you to we're going to flip this for a second, right? How does it feel for you when you are acknowledged? So it is human nature to want to be heard, seen, listened to, acknowledged, for somebody to, validate that what you're feeling is true for a lot of people, but really we just want the space to be actually held in so that you can feel that, so that you can say that, so that you can just simply be you, right? A lot of us seek validation. This is a topic for another video. And it depends on your intention behind that, right? So I want you to think about when somebody just really acknowledges you and how good that makes you feel, right? Maybe somebody says, thank you, like what I did at the start of the video. I've done that quite a few times, and for people that have messaged me, I'm still getting back to some of you. I've really acknowledged and received the love that you have sent to me. But I want you to think about how good that feels when somebody acknowledges an act or something you said, or how that feels inside of you. Right? And it feels pretty damn amazing, right? When somebody listens, fully listens, like in the present, is there with you. They're just listening, no judgment, no criticism, no advice, no nothing. They're just holding space and acknowledging what it is that you are wanting to express or say. You can literally help yourself feel that good by learning to acknowledge yourself. It will also change how you go about your interactions with other people, right? When somebody's trying to tell you something, in that moment, they're really wanting to be acknowledged, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood. Okay? And side note, we're never going to fully understand somebody else because we're not them. But what we can do is create them space to acknowledge them. So I also would like to present another consideration. When you're not acknowledging, right? When your lack of acknowledgement, I want you to think about the consequences of that. I want you to think about what happens when you are not acknowledging yourself, or when you're just bypassing and not acknowledging others. What is the consequence of that? Lack of connection, lack of communication, distorted elements of trust, right? You're always trying to have this conversation with someone, they're always distracted by doing 10 other things, right? So when you go to that person, do you have a safe environment to trust them with whatever it is that you're going to them with? Yeah? What are the other consequences? What are the consequences for you by not acknowledging? A really, really big thing I did on my interview yesterday with Cara, who has a membership program with the FIFO mums and families. We spoke about this, like when you're not acknowledging how you feel, when you're not acknowledging what is going on for you, what are you doing? Potentially, not always, but 99.9% of the time, if you're not acknowledging it and you know that it's there, you're either parking it, avoiding it, pretending it's not there. I think I said that the first one. Especially if it's feelings or emotions, you're swallowing it. And then where do you think it goes? Like, where do you think what it is that you're not acknowledging? So it's there, you're totally not acknowledging it. Where does it go? It's stored energy inside your body. And a lot of people who carry a lot of extra weight literally is stored energy in their body. Blocks in their body. And then we wonder why we're blocked and we can't build our business. We can't make more money. We can't find a man. We can't have the dreams and desires that we want. It's so much more always than what you think it is, right? And I want to give you another example. What is a consequence of not acknowledging your progress, your success, your achievements, all the things that are great? Because it goes both ways, right? You can not acknowledge your negative emotions. You could not acknowledge the things that are happening in your life, but you can also not acknowledge, hands up, who can relate? When you don't acknowledge all the things that are going great in your life, all the little moments, all the tiny little contributions that add to this big thing that you're working towards. When you don't acknowledge them, what is the consequence of that? Well, for me, right, nothing was ever good enough. Well, I'm not there, so something must be going wrong, right? There were all these things that were going so right, so beautifully, except I was choosing not to acknowledge them until I got to the big thing. So therefore, it left me, and I know so many of you will be able to relate to this, so, definitely let me know in the comments below. Nothing was ever good enough. So I was still like chasing this big thing, never good enough, not there yet. What am I not doing? Oh my God, need to do this better. Right? You always feel like you're failing, you're not getting anywhere, you're stuck, you're not made for this. And what it does is enhance a lot of your self-doubt. It enhances a lot of your self-questioning, but really you are just lacking acknowledgement of all the little progresses that you're making. So today, how are we doing for time? We're on 15 minutes, sweet. So today, that's my invitation. Cool? An invitation to consider where you are lacking acknowledgement of self. Maybe it's lacking acknowledgement of others. And what is it that you can acknowledge that you're not? Like, get on that train today. Cool? Those of you who are watching, I've got heaps on Insta. Amazing. So, everyone on Instagram, this will now be ran live, also on Facebook, in my free Facebook community. So Bosswoman community, I'm going to pop the link in my bio, send me a private message. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Usually I've got way more on Facebook and Instagram. I'm still going to do it live on Insta. It's just that it'll be posted up later. So if you catch it, amazing. If you don't, you'll see it later this afternoon. Just go to my IGTV. And for everyone on Facebook, jump into my Bosswoman community. It's going to be ran there, and then I'm going to spend some time, 5 or 10 minutes at the end, to answer any questions. I'm in there. Amazing Little Miss Candy Pants. I love it. So jump in over there. I took some notes just in case I forgot anything. Nah, we're good. Covered it all. Yeah. The other thing, actually, which is in the written part, is my YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber on my YouTube channel, please, I'm gonna put the link in the comments below. Those of you joining now, rewind, go watch this whole segment. It is amazing. Hey, Sandy, if I don't say so myself. But I'm literally living this right now, yeah? So it's super high, super powerful. My YouTube channel, need 1,000 subscribers. Currently, I think it's like 71 or 72. It's a mission for the end of the year. So if you could become a subscriber and you are on YouTube, amazing. Otherwise, I'm going to see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to give me a hashtag, check yourself. And have a really great week. Bye.